It's showtime.
Hey guys, Django Fett here, hunting down games, comics, TV shows, movies, and more, and welcome to another installment of Foreign Film Madness, where I review foreign films that I want to review. So this is for Rumble in the Bronx. This is a film starring Jackie Chan, coming out in 1994, and is directed by Stanley Tong. So this movie stars Jackie Chan, who comes to the US from China to attend his uncle's wedding. His uncle owns this grocery store which has a heavy crime rate around it. And basically he runs into this gang, and he confronts this gang, and basically things transpire where he falls in love with this girl and meets with this kid on a wheelchair, and you know, stuff of that sort, you know, Jackie Chan stuff, of course. Now this was a movie that I just saw on Netflix, and I've actually watched a while ago. I remember really enjoying it and had to rewatch it again. And I find it really corny, super corny, but it was still very enjoyable at the same time. And so this was a movie back in the time where, back in that age, where Jackie Chan was still at his height. And I think that was before, like a year or two before, I'll put a timeline right here, before Rush Hour and Shanghai Noon, where he would get super popular in the US and his name would just be known everywhere. I mean, he was very popular in the 80s and 70s. I mean, that's when he really started. But in the 90s, that's when his name exploded, and everyone in the US knew about Jackie Chan and knew about martial arts everywhere. So I've always had a deep respect for Jackie Chan. Always love his stuff. Especially his stuff back in the day. Drunken Master still remains my favorite. I still have to review that one for sure. But I do love his films quite a lot, and this one just got me back to good old days, back to when Jackie Chan was just awesome. You know, it's still awesome, and where he did all these crazy, insane stunt work with all the martial arts work. And he also directed and helped produce films quite a lot for films he starred in. And pretty much he was like his own stunt coordinator, with additional help, of course. But he pretty much did his own stunts, and he's always been like this likable guy, likable, down-to-earth guy who's just trying to live a good life, and then something happens, and you know, he has to be in the middle of something. So he's always been a very likable actor, and as a person too, he just seems like a very genuine, great human being, and someone I would love to meet in person one of these days. That would just be an awesome thing to do. And this movie doesn't shy away from all the great action in this movie. The action and stunt work that Jackie Chan does is just phenomenal. It's almost awesome, and it still holds up quite well to this day. Even like I gotta actually get into this, but there are parts where it actually, at the end of the film, where they actually go into the stunt work in detail with no sound. They actually just show you what happens and how they get injured, and you know, how the stunt work, you know, bloopers and stuff like that. Pretty much a little bit of everything. So it's only like 5-10 minutes, but it gives you an interesting glimpse of what happens during the film. And in one scene in particular, this just reminds me of the Mission Impossible Fallout scene, where Tom Cruise actually broke his or injured his leg during one scene, and they actually kept that during the movie, and you could obviously see that he was injured during that take, and they kept that take in there where he's injured. They did the same in this movie with Jackie Chan, and my god, I can't believe how much of a warrior Jackie Chan is. I never thought of it that way, because I always knew he was just like this likable guy. I didn't see like how much hard work he put into this film, but let me actually tell you this story that happened in this film. I actually got to read this to you guys. So Jackie Chan's right foot lands at a bad angle after jumping onto the hoverboard, causing a serious injury which would not heal for the remainder of the filming. This shot still made it into the finished movie, and this was actually, you know, kept in the movie, and it was pretty damn obvious. It's more obvious than what happened with Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible. And it was so evident that he had this, like, the shoe, like almost this like giant shoe over his foot as a protection, and he still kept on doing his stunts and stuff during the movie. He didn't stop. and he wanted to be next to the cameraman and see how they shot these scenes and stuff. And my God, how much of a warrior he is. So during filming, Chan injured his right leg while performing a stunt. He spent much of the remaining shooting time with one leg at a cast. When it came to the film's climax, the crew colored a sock to resemble the shoe on his good foot, which Chan wore over his cast. His foot still did not completely heal when he went on to shoot his next film, called Thunderbolt, which I've never heard about before. The lead actress and several stunt doubles were also injured during the shooting of a motorcycle stunt, with several people suffering broken limbs and ankles. So, pretty crazy stuff. I actually saw that at the end of the film too. That stuff always just like, it freaks me out when you see that, and you see them just like, it just makes you like cringe and just like, oh my goodness, that looks so bad. And you pray that they're alright. But you actually see that at the end of the film, and it's really interesting seeing that, like what happens and what transpires during, you know, some of these, you know, failed attempts. So it's really interesting to me. And the fact that Jackie Chan still filmed, like, even the hoverboard, or whatever they call it, the hover boat scene, where he's actually, like, almost like skiing. I think the cast, it was pretty evident that the cast was still on him while he was on the hoverboat. So that was pretty fucking amazing to see that. And what was pretty evident in the film is there was ADR with every single person in this film. Nearly every single person had fucking ADR. This was the Netflix version, so it's probably the final version, and they have the original version, which was probably unchanged. But interestingly enough, you know, the original spoken language consisted of all the actors speaking their native languages. So instead of speaking all English, they all spoke fucking, you know, their all own languages. So Jackie Chan spoke Cantonese, other actors spoke English, you know, it was just a mix. It was all over the place. In the completely undubbed soundtrack available on the Japanese DVD release, Jackie Chan actually speaks his native Cantonese, while a couple actors speak English, and all the original dialogue was intended to be dubbed over in the international and Hong Kong film markets. And New Line Cinema overdubbed and slightly changed the original English dialogue, and practically did ADR everywhere. So it was pretty evident it didn't look good when it happened, but it was fine. The movie is generally very silly. It's all over the place. One moment it's serious, the next it's just plain dumb, almost. It's just wonky, and the plot is just fucking everywhere. So it's just not it's a very dated film, I would say. But it doesn't mean that it's not entertaining at the same time, which it is, because the action is just really entertaining. It's just the writing and what transpires is just not the greatest with these gangs and stuff. And so I'm giving Rumble in the Bronx a definitely a film I would recommend. It's on Netflix right now, so definitely go out and check it out. If you can't watch it there, then it's a pretty old film, so you can pretty much find it anywhere. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll definitely do some more of these in the future for sure. Don't forget to please like this video, comment down below, and subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, and I'll see you, my fellow Mandarin, men and brothers and sisters, next time. Ooh, yeah!